Blue-green algae is a bacteria that is toxic to people and animals. When Lake Fernan is infected with the toxic algae, it is recommended that no one goes into the water. The algal blooms are caused by too much phosphorus in the water and can happen in any temperature from 45 to 80 degrees. With help, we can limit the amount of phosphorus in the water, and this will reduce the blooms. If the lake no longer has blooms and becomes clear for good, then it could reduce the number of people using other lakes. To help the issue, we came up with a variety of possible solutions.
Toxins are, by definition, substances that are poisonous to humans, pets, and other organisms that come in contact with them. The toxin that our project is focused on is blue-green algae, and, more specifically, that found in Fernan Lake. The lake has been experiencing dangerous algal blooms that greatly affect the area's ecosystem and economy. Although there are many other toxins that are just as important as blue-green algae, it is a major issue in our community and greatly affects us both indirectly and directly.
We knew there was a bit of an issue with the algae last year because they closed down some of the beaches and put toxic advisories on others, but we didn't know much beyond that. This impacted tourism and recreation for the whole summer, especially since it was such a hot year. It is believed that the combination of extreme conditions and additional phosphorus, basically algae donuts, from fertilizers caused this bloom. Currently, no action is being taken.
The materials needed for this project are an accurate waterproof thermometer, phosphorus test kit, rubber gloves, 5 mason jars, sun lamp, nitrate tablets, calcium tablets, pH neutralizer, and nufar plants, also known as water lilies.
Our methods are to collect the algae from Fernan Lake in equal amounts in 3 jars. We keep 1 jar for a constant and add 1 solution for the remaining 2 jars. We leave the lids off and place them under a sun lamp or heat to stimulate natural environment, and then we monitor the growth of the algae for a month. We'll test phosphorus levels every day and watch for notable changes that may affect the algae and or the wildlife in the area. We're going to use rubber gloves while collecting and handling the algae because it produces neuro, hepato, and dermal toxins.
A possible solution that we came up with is having a phosphorus neutralizer being put into the water. Another solution that we came up with is putting a riparian buffer around the edge of the lake. The plants will help the toxins not go into the lake so easily and will limit the amount of phosphorus, especially. This solution could be difficult to implement on parts of the lake as some spots have a steep slope. A second part to this solution would be to put floating wetlands in the lake where the ground is steeper. For the wetlands, we would use nufar water lilies and lily pads, which will actually absorb the phosphorus from the ground, preventing it from going into the water.
We were not able to come up with the results as our experiment was not successful.
The time of year played a factor in our experiment because we visited Lake Fernan earlier in the year when the algae had yet to bloom. We confused pH with phosphorus, and that messed up our whole project. We tried emailing people and often were not responded to, which was slightly frustrating, but about a week before the summit we got in contact with some really helpful groups. Sadly, we did not have time or resources to successfully test these possible solutions.
Although we were unable to complete an experiment, we believe that the most viable solution to be laying floating wetlands along the border of the lake to help inhibit algae growth and to catch additional toxins before they are able to contaminate the water, which will also absorb toxins that are currently there.
Special thanks to Marie Pengilly at University of Idaho,
Adrian Cronbaugh and Ed and Chris Beckler at Kootenai Environmental Alliance,
Cindy Rust, our biology teacher at Post Falls High School,